God does His greatest work in and through our relationships with each other. It also seems like it's the most difficult and challenging place because there's so many things that rise up that keep us from growing together in relationship. And God knows this, and I believe He uses the relationships around us as an incubator for us to grow to the highest potential possible. But yet there are those people that are very toxic in our lives that we tend to move away from, and many times we should move away from, that are hindering our journey and are not a part of the process of our growth and development. But before we just shove off relationships and write people off, I find there are three key assumptions that we make that actually hinder us. And if we don't recognize and deal with these patterns, they hinder our relationship capacity. I know the first one is, the first assumption that we make that is not serving us is that we automatically know people's motives. We not only know what they did, but we know the motive behind it. And that's very dangerous because once you assume you know someone's motive, you allow the enemy to create a story and a narrative and a trail of events that detach you from reality and keep you from really assessing with the real problems at hand. Another bad assumption that we make is that our discernment is 100% all the time spot on. So if we make a perspective on somebody, we automatically think that that is right on. We have a perspective on somebody's motives, on their behavior, on their background. You know, one of the things I learned in pastoral ministry is that you don't know people's story. And when you really know people's story, it really changes and it confronts what we often call discernment. And it really sobers us to what's really going on in people's lives. The third assumption that we make that's very hindering and dangerous is that people can satisfy 100% of our needs. That somebody can satisfy the inner vacuum that we carry in our hearts. You know, we all have the need for relationship. And many of us, all of us to some degree, have areas that have not been filled. The problem is if we go into a relationship with this high expectation that that person has to be something for us, at some point they will disappoint. At some area, they will let you down. And it's in those times that we often rise up in our brokenness, comes back and begins to attack them. So where are you making these assumptions in your own relationships? Where are you feeling like you know people's motives, that you know what they're doing and why they're doing it? Where you feel like your discernment is spot on and really it's coming out of your own brokenness. We often take our brokenness and transpose it onto the motives and behaviors of the people around us. And where in your life are you putting all your stock in a person to be what you need to fill your needs, rather than first letting God fill that place and coming to the table with a healthy perspective? I pray and hope that this helps you and this encourages you.